Greetings, YouTube. Happy Saturday. Welcome back to the channel. It is graduation Saturday for my students. So I am very honored to be attending another graduation. And I love my hobby. I love this community. But teaching is my passion. Teaching is my calling. And seeing students walk across that stage, well, it is pretty amazing to see. And I have to say that I have a big question for this video because it is a question that I get asked now almost daily. And I think it's a really important question. Prof, do 7 stars mean the death of 6 stars? And of course, 5 stars even have essentially been called dead for a couple years now. Now, I have made videos in which I sit technically by this. You can still clear all content. Now, I'm not talking about like winning Battlegrounds or Alliance War, because the difference in health and attack really does add up fast. And even in Alliance Quest, there are less opportunities to make mistakes because you just don't have as much health. And of course, if you have less attack, it takes longer to win the fight. But let's say it takes 20 hits longer to win a fight. Well, if you have the skills and you have the champions that you want to use, even like, let's say, of course, 5-star Hercules is the best example of this, but you can still defeat any fight. I've seen 100% exploration with very few items on even like the Abyss with 5 stars. I've seen 100% exploration with very few items with the Gauntlet. Obviously, now the Shooting Stars quest, depending on how many 7 stars you have to bring, but you can bring 7 stars and 5 stars. I'm not saying it's easy to do that because quite a few people have also asked me this week, Prof, how do I get a 7 star? And I'm like, what are you? And they're like, uncollected. And I'm like, you don't worry about it. It's not going to happen for you for a while, and that's just going to have to be okay because you are simply years behind in terms of progression where the accounts you're watching on YouTube or hearing about in your Alliance even are. And I know it sucks. I know that's not the answer that people want to hear, but it is just the reality. I don't want to hear about the death of 6 stars because, simply put, the best 6 stars aren't coming to the 7-star pool ever, if not for a long time. Kabam knows that so many of the 6 stars you see at the top, without the exception of Falcon, of course, because he's already in the 7-star pool. But Hercules, Cosmic Ghost Rider, Omega Red, Doctor Doom, Corvus, Thighs, Omega Sentinel, Black Widow, Clairvoyant even, Korg, of course, is in there. Blade, Hulkling, Iron Doom, Archangel, Immortal Abomination, Scorpion, Human Torch, Domino, of course, is. Red Guardian, Ultron, Colossus, Nimgod, Absorbing Man, Null, Cap, Infinity War, Crossbones, Guillotine 2099 is, but then you got Spot, Nick Fury, Galactus / Gallon, Namor, Weapon X, which is probably going to appear, because people keep asking me, Prof, they just gave us Jessica Jones, right? There are no more trophy champs to get if you are enticed to buy every offer from July 4 sales or spring cleaning sales or Cyber Weekend sales. Yeah, but they haven't sold 7 stars yet. What happens if then suddenly a 7-star Kang or a 7-star Jessica Jones or a 7-star Thanos or 7-star Weapon X comes into those packages? Well, suddenly there's a completely different argument. And what if they wait and have that as the prize every single holiday? They have the next 2 years of major, at least a year and a half, major holiday giveaways now that they've sort of mapped out this expectation of a bonus prize for a champion when you buy everything. They have this figured out. It's kind of genius, honestly. I believe that if you want to rent a better champion, it's super cheap now too. Because let's say you want to rent a rank 5 6-star from a rank 4. Just use a boost. Especially if you've got a 30% greater champion boost. But even just a regular 20% champion boost, or if you throw a lesser champion boost, an attack boost, and a health boost, you do the rainbow boost effect. Yeah, for 15 minutes or 30 minutes or an hour, or however long the boost lasts, you have a rented champion for pennies on the dollar of what it costs to actually rank up that champion. And yes, it's sort of like leasing a car versus buying it, but it's still leasing that car. I believe in the future of this game. I did not a few years ago, but I think Kabam has made a lot of moves to stabilize the financial health of the game, not just better early access bundles, or obviously now we have 7-star shards, but really like the monthly subscription-based services, the Black ISO store, even the unit monthly offer for $5, stuff like that adds up, and that revenue stream was non-existent when the game first started. But I also think 7 stars, on some level are the future just because of the health pools and the attack pools. But I have learned the hard way, and I will say this with complete vulnerability. If you go into a Battlegrounds fight with a 6-star or 7-star as an attacker, and you're fighting a 5-star, but let's say it's an Absorbing Man, let's say it's a Korg, let's say it's a Domino, let's say, because there's 2 examples of people that I thought, I fought these guys plenty of times, I'll be fine. I didn't have the right counters for, I didn't have good counters for. Havoc, and of all champions, Icarus. I still lost. And they were champions that, on paper, I should have just melted down in 30 seconds. But I didn't have the right counters. And on paper, it's like a 6-star versus a 7-star or a 5-star. It's just one of those things that counters matter. And stars are irrelevant in those moments. So, don't tell me 6 stars are dying. It's fake news. It's untrue. And I still think 6 stars will have relevance in this game in 5 years. And I still think 5 stars can clear a lot of content. And maybe you're thinking I'm being too optimistic, but screw it. It's my channel. I'm telling it like it is. That's how I feel.